Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 101, I believe, of the Yarnivore Podcast. I am Sadie, I'm your hostess with the mostest and a bit of a cold, which would explain why this is late. My lovely husband gave me some sort of head infection, so if I sneeze, I apologize. I will try to, turn away and whatnot, because I hate editing. But really, I'm quite snuffly. My sinuses hate me right now anyway, because 'tis the season. And it has been so hot. Oh, I'm such a Canadian sometimes. Like, this seriously, okay, so back home, it's hit the 40s, which is 100, basically, for the Americans. And here, at home, we've been hitting 90 sometimes, and that's too much, okay? 80s, and I'm uncomfortable. And apparently, pro tip, if you get pregnant, you get warmer. Oh, do you get warmer? So the heat, not fun. I've had heat exhaustion once so far this summer, and I suspect this is not the end of it. But so it goes. Let's jump right on in, shall we? I think it's been 2 weeks, I think. My concept of time went out the window. So, I have one finished object, and I'm calling it finished even though it doesn't have buttons, because I will probably not do buttons. I will let my mother do the buttons when she gets down here at some point in January. But it is the Augustin sweater in the, I believe this is 0 to 3 size. It's either 0 to 3 or 3 to 6. It's the smallest possible size. This is the, hold on, there we go. This is the Augustin sweater by Along avec Anna. Now, if you want to know these things, and you find that I don't give you enough information, which sometimes happens because the brain ain't so good these days, all of the things I'm talking about will either be linked in the show notes, they'll all be linked in the show notes, which are in the Ravelry group. The Yarnivorous Ravelry group, come join us. For every post that has the episode, I link all of the patterns that are relevant. In cases of like Desert Vista Dyeworks socks that are just 64 stitches with a Fish Lips Kiss heel, I don't link those, but the Augustin jacket will be linked. It is $6, and it goes up to, I want to say, a 12-year-old child. It's an 8 to 12 year size, and it starts at 0. So it's worth the money, I think. And I knit this out of Knitter's Nightmare Siren Sport in the Sparkle Motion colorway. And I think it's unisex. For me, it's unisex. I know there's pink, I know there's blue. It doesn't really matter to me. Which is funny, because my brother is convinced I know what the sex of the baby is. He's convinced that by the things I am sewing and the things I am knitting, etc., that I know. I do not know. I'll tell you when I know, but I don't know. So yeah, it's a great quick little pattern. Basically, you knit everything bottom up and then you join in raglan, and then you add the little shawl collar on. So there's another baby knit down. And then I told myself, no, you have to finish something else before you start another one, because I was really chomping at the bit. I've got 2 more queued up. I got one as a gift from a lovely viewer. Hold on, I've got Ravelry up right here. Why don't I just tell you these things? You know, that would just be easiest, right? Okay. See, now I can tell you the exact name of the person who made the Augustin shawl. It is Along avec Anna, and it is 5 Great British Pounds, which is about $6.63 American. The sizes are 3, 6, 12, 18 months, and then 2, 4, 6, 8 years. And it's all done in sport weight. She gives you the yardage that you will need for each of those. It's a very simple pattern. It's knit and purl, and a little, I think, slip stitches are included. Oh, here we go. Knitting in the round for sleeves, American moss stitch, ribbing, short rows, buttonholes, and grafting. There are 6 stitches to graft. Okay, you could do a 3 needle bind off on them. It wouldn't make a difference. If grafting scares you, do not worry about that. Yeah. So let's just jump right back on where I was. I have the 2. I have the one that was gifted to me, which should be in my library, right? This is such a bad podcaster, but then I can tell you more things. So it is the Anders sweater thing by Soren Kerr, which can be done in pretty much any color, and that's knit out of sport. So I have access, shall we say, to a bunch of sport, because there's that one. I think it's that one. That one's my sport cubby. So I can just pull some of that and, right, shop sample. I'll knit a shop sample. That's what I'll do. And it's gorgeous. It's got the little trees and the little, it's a color work. It's so pretty. The other one that I have printed out for myself to do, did I put it in here? I bought it. I know I bought it. Yes, there it is the Langos by Julie Chaudet, yeah. And I've seen other people doing that one. It's got a little bit of a stripe at the bottom, and then it's got 3 buttons on either side, so you can flap it down and flap it back up, which is important because let me tell you, baby heads are big. I remember this from my nieces and my nephew. They got big heads. So those are the 2. I have a couple others in my library and in my queue that I want to do, because, you know, why not? It gets rid of so much yarn. And then you don't have to worry about needing things. I'll probably go up to the 6-month size at some point, but I'll stop at 6 and then go up, because I think after 6 months it's going to be the summer. So yeah, then we'll go down. Then we'll go up to like 9 months or something. Either way, math and me do not get along. Shall we go into what I've been knitting? Let's go into what I've been knitting, shall we? Up at the top of the hour. At the top of the hour, let me just grab this book from the Pom Pom magazine. This is the Summer Stripes issue number 25, summer 2018. Doing the Nazarene top. You think I'd have this memorized, by Lana Joy, and it looks like this on the model. It will not look like that on me, but it is made out of a cotton blend, so it will be huge and drapey and wonderful. In my Amy Beth bag, I am almost done the back. This is the back. And I am super tangled. I am using US 5 3.75 millimeter needles. These are my interchangeables. And I am on, this is the, oh, that's the little end that needs to get cut out once I block it, if you're wondering. I leave my ends in and then I trim them after I block them, because otherwise I worry it's just going to stick out anyway. So here is the top, and I need 3 inches of this before I bind off, and then I'm done. I'm probably pretty close. I'm probably at 2.5 inches, and then we've got the body, and then we've got the ribbing. I am knitting this out of Knit Picks Comfy Fingering in the Blackberry and Whisker colorways. They look a little something like this. It is a 75-25 Pima Cotton acrylic blend. It's a fingering weight. So far I'm enjoying it. It does have a tendency to shed a little, so I think once I wash it, it's going to have a pill and a shave, and then it'll be done. And then I'll not have to worry about it again. From what I understand, you just do the exact same thing for the front, and then you do some sleeve stuff, and you seam it all together and you do sleeve stuff. So fingers crossed it's that simple, because I need simple in my life. And yeah, I'd like to wear this soonish. I bought 3 sweaters to make for the summer, and it is the summer and I have not finished a single one of them. I have this one, I have the Lindy, I think. They're all from Pom Pom. Here, I can look and tell you. This one, the Herrera, which looks like that, which I'll probably still make, because I think if you look at the back and how huge and massive it is, I think that's just a good prego top. And then, oh yeah, the Riley. The Riley's the other one I got, also known as the nipple shirt. And honestly, I will make that one, but that one will probably be the last one I make because I think it's going to be the least accommodating for pregnancy. And I'm all about accommodations right now because I've hit the point where I no longer fit things. This is how it goes now. In my yarn friendly bag, it's yarn friendly, yes, yarn friendly, which is all Pokemon. And no, I did not catch any of the shinies that were out this weekend, whatever. I looked, I tried, but no such luck. And now I can bring this up so I can tell you who the pattern is by. I did, however, start my Desert Vista Dye Works for August. This is the Proud as a Peacock colorway. My ball is kind of falling apart. I have the leg, the heel, and I'm starting the foot on the first sock. Now, I decided to do, this is a little shorter than my 7.5. I think it's just 7. It's probably just 7, a 7-inch cut. Because I wanted to end on a pattern repeat. I wanted to end on the pattern repeat. And I didn't want to go, the pattern repeats are actually quite long. And I didn't want to go through it again. Because I thought, because if you look down here on the foot, here, let's see if I can get you. So here's where the heel is. This is the start of it. And it goes all the way till it starts back over here again. So you've got about 1.5 inches to 2 inches per repeat. And I thought that would just be too much. Because if it gets too high, it's useless on me anyway because my calf is huge. So yeah, 64 stitches did the ribbing. This pattern here, I saw on my friend Pam's feed, Instagram feed. It's called the Whirly Twirly Sock. It's by Heather R. Robinson. I believe it's $3. I thought it was free originally, but then I saw that it was not, and it is $3. But it looks really cute. And when you put it on, it does like, mine looks different than the picture. The picture has this like gorgeous, I know I'm screwing something up. I don't know what it is though. It's fine. Or maybe it'll look better on the foot. I don't know. Either way though, I do think it looks nice. It's got the, probably is doing my knit two together is wrong. I do that sometimes. In the pattern, it's got the slip stitch that goes along the way. I am slipping, but I think it's definitely how I do my knit two togethers that's messing with people, or messing with the sock. And since I've done it this far, I'm not going to change it. Maybe the next time I do it, I will change. So, yes, that's where I'm at with that. I have till the end of August to finish them. Once you get the pattern stuck in your head, it's kind of mindless, which is good because goodness knows. And my truly mindless pattern in my Tracy bag is the Elizabeth Zimmerman. Did I leave the book here? I thought I left the book here. I did. I'm so smart. Sometimes I'm smart. This is from the Elizabeth Zimmerman Knitter's Almanac. I am doing the, there's no picture of it, it's called the Square Shawl, which can be found on page 21. It's in February, which is some baby things. And it's not this one. It's kind of like the one in the background, except I'm not doing any lace or anything. But it's from the Elizabeth Zimmerman Almanac and their February, which also has the February baby sweater. I love her stuff so much, so I can't say too much except that you should own everything Elizabeth Zimmerman's ever done because it's awesome. I am using the Knitter's Nightmare gradient set in the Prairie Sunset colorway, which is a 5-color, I call them gradients. It's not really a gradient. I know that. But here are the 4 remaining. I finished the first one, started, and the second one, I did a 1 by 1 to get it in. So I knit 1 row in one color, 1 row in the other color, 1 row in one color. And I changed them until they had faded together. And these are the 4 remaining. This is actually going to be the border. I'm just going to do the border in this because I think by the time it's that big, I'll need the whole skein. These are the supersized. This is a supersized kit, so it's the one with the 50-gram skeins as opposed to the 25-gram skeins. There's still a couple of the 25-gram skeins in a couple of bases in the 25-gram skein kits in a couple of bases in the shop. This one I'm using is the Shiver Single Base, which is 100% superwash merino. It's a single ply. And I'm knitting this on US 6s. Is that a 4mm? I think that's a 4mm. I have worn off where it's going to tell me what millimeterage it is. But here is where we're at. It's to the point where I can no longer just, it's turned into a circle now. Now I could wear it as like a very bad hat, right? Okay, there. It's my Rasta hat. My little old lady hat. Put some elastic in it. I could rock it. I think I could do it. So yeah, it's getting there. I will hold it up here for you so you can see where, I started doing, that's where I started doing the 1x1s. And it's going to be massive, which was my goal. It's going to be a schlanket. It's for breastfeeding. Because I can just cover us both up, right? And then, you know, you can throw it in the playpen. You can throw it in the pack and play. It's called pack and play now because playpen apparently has negative connotations. Okay. Pack and play. Which our neighbors gave us, their daughters, because she's done having kids and the granddaughter is 2 years old, so yay. And I'm just going to keep going until I'm done the 4th color, and the 5th color I'm going to do the applied garter edging that Elizabeth Zimmerman advises. And that will be awesome. Right now it's great mindless knitting, which I need. I am mindless, so the mindless knitting works. Lastly, I started something out of Knit a Monster Nursery by Rebecca Danger because everybody has seen all of Rebecca Danger's awesome stuff. I have started with the Pocket Blankie with Friend. So you knit the blanket, then you knit the pockets, and then you knit the monster. And I have it in a giant reusable Petco bag because it's going to be big, so I figured reusable bag. I'm sorry, PetSmart, one of the pet stores. And this is how far I've gotten. It's probably why my brother thinks I know what I'm doing. There's a lot of blue going on, but our favorite color is blue. Me and my husband, it was one of our wedding colors, so we're just kind of like, whatever. Girls can be blue too. And so the border, the contrasty border, is out of this, which is some leftover Knitter's Nightmare I have. It's in a worsted, which is 100% superwash merino, or no, it's an 80/20 superwash merino nylon. And I am using a 5 or a 5.5. It's a 5.5 millimeter needle. And then the, y'all get ready to gasp, okay? The black and gray are Red Heart. And the Red Heart, because this thing is going to get used, it's going to get thrown around, it's going to need to go in a washing machine, and I'm not messing with it. Red Heart is perfect for baby blankets, because if you're like me, you take them and you throw them everywhere. Like, I know how abused my niece's and nephew's ones got, so I'm fine with it. It's softer. It's the Red Heart with Love in pewter and black. I have a million skeins of this, and it's gonna make a great blanket. And then I'll probably do some monsters out of those too, just so that they have them. And don't come for me using black and gray in a baby's room. Whatever. It's gonna be the most goth baby that I ever gothed. We are fine with that. Okay, sip time. See, I get really dry, but it's always really moist in here. I will show this briefly. I don't really have much to say about it, but I picked it up at a used book sale, which is Knit Knit, Profiles and Projects for Knitting's New Wave by Sabrina Gerschwandner. And it's got some great backgrounds, not a lot of great patterns, in so much as, could you see me wearing this? Could you see me wearing this? No, I can't either. But more power to the people who will. My butt is not going in that. There are some cute things. There are some things that I would knit if they came in my size, but they don't because that's how life is. But I do like the Hobo Bag by Nora Gowan. It was $1, and it's got some great, interesting pieces on the designers and on different designing things that have been shown in museums, and I'm intrigued by that stuff, like the fiberglass teddy bear. There's no one who's going to reknit that, but I can appreciate the guy who did it. So I'm going to read it, or parts of it, and enjoy it. Probably not going to make anything of it. But, except for maybe that Nora Gowan bag, because that is adorable. Oh, there's a sneeze waiting to come out. Duh. Okay, so I figured I would show you some of the sewing I've been up to, which is the other thing that's been taking up my time, because when it's too hot to knit, you can cross stitch or sew, and I've done both. The first thing I did, and I need to sew in the ends of these, but oh well, is I started making reusable nursing pads because I don't feel like disposable ones. I don't feel like it, and they're super simple and super quick. I'm not using the ones with the divot or the dart. The dart isn't necessary for me personally. Some people need the dart. I'm not making a judgment call on you there. And so I have these. I'm actually going to make the next ones. Okay, so I had leftovers of this from a pair of pajama pants I made. I used, in the middle is batting, quilt batting, just some light and lofty I had. And then on the back you put fleece, like a little bit of fleece, because it's super hard for it to soak through everything, and the fleece will act as a barrier. And so I picked up some fleece because everything else I have scraps of that I can use, and I finished all the fleece that I got, so I went out and got some more this weekend, and I'm going to make them just a smidge bigger. Just a smidge, because my neighbor's, whose daughter is no longer, like, she's done. She's had her kids, she's done. She also gave me a bunch of breastfeeding bottles and some disposable nursing pads. So I'm going to use one of those as a template. But I have these, I serged them, I just need to sew in the ends. But you can never have too many from what I understand, so I'm just going to keep going. And then these guys, these are the 3 I've done so far. I've got another 3 to go. These are receiving blankets. I've got this one, which is a single, and I just serged the edges, and then I'm gonna do a double fold and then go over them on the sewing machine. I got whales because they're adorable. This is a double-sided one, so it's twice the thickness because, of course, winters you need twice the thickness. And it's turtles because, you know, we're doing the nautical thing. And then, just because I've used a lot of blue, why not throw some pink in there? Pink whales. And this one is also double-sided. I have Nightmare Before Christmas, Hello Kitty, and some Counting Sheep ones that I've got to finish yet. There's 3 more to go. And I'm doing all the serging first. So everything's washed. Everything's cut. I just have to serge the last 3, and then I'm doing reusable face cloths and like wipes for when you're at home. We're doing reusable diapers, but I'm not going to make them because there's too much effort. Everything else, fine amount of effort. The reusable diaper, too much effort. I will pay for that. But there's a big garage sale, consignment garage sale thing here coming up in October that I will probably stock up on them at because people will be getting rid of them and I will be buying them secondhand because I ain't got no shame. And so I have 3 more of the double-sided receiving blankets. They're all double-sided. Then I've got the washcloth slash wipes, which are going to be terry cloth on one side, flannel on the other. I'm just serging those together. And then I've got a hooded wash towel, or no, a hooded bath towel, which has like the little hood. You can wrap them in it. That one I've got to finish. And I cut this one out. I found out I have enough to do a second one, so I'll probably do that. I need to serge the edges on this. It's, I got this at the Joann sale that was recently, and it is the Butterick Baby Fashion Essential B5510. And again, it looks like I know what I'm doing, but I've got like pink and blue going everywhere. I'm a mess of confusion. I'm doing this t-shirt. See, I got it for the t-shirt and the 2 sets of pants. Like, I mean, if I have a boy, I can do these, but right now, these 3, it was $1.99. And so I'm doing the t-shirt. I got a remnant at Joann's. I think it was less than $1, and I can get 2 t-shirts out of it, and it's this fabric. This is one of the sleeves. Like, how cute is that? Right? Little baby t-shirt. Can't go wrong with it. So I have all the pieces cut out. I just need to go through and serge them, etc. And I just bought, I haven't done the neckband yet. I have the thing cut out. See, I'm one of those horrible people. I don't trace them. I cut out the size I need and I just go to town. Bad sewer, whatever. Whatever. This is how I was taught to do it, so this is how I do it. I have to do the neckband yet. I just went and got the banding material this weekend when I picked up more fleece. So that's where I'm at with those. And I just threw everything down. Whatever. I'll bend down when I'm done. Oh, the nasular. But that is everything I have to report for this week. It's been very baby dense, and it's probably going to be very baby dense for the next little while. I apologize, only slightly, because I don't think it really matters. The heat has really changed my mojo. My mojo is very sewing and cross-stitchy, motivated, as opposed to knitting, because I don't want anything big in my lap. But hopefully this heat goes away next week and we're done, because I am over it. So I will see everybody in about another 2 weeks. If I have a lot to share, I'll be back before then. But if I don't, I'll be back in another 2 weeks. And I hope everyone has a great week. I hope you don't get sick like me, because it's horrible. And yeah, bye.